Today I'm going to show you how to submit your commissions in Command. This is what's taking the place of Greensheets. The first thing you want to do is log into Command at agent.kw.com. And first, we're going to go to your settings and make sure that your Dotloop account is connected. So you're going to click on your name in the top right corner and go to Settings. If you have Dotloop connected, it should appear below DocuSign here. If it's not connected, you're going to click on the Marketplace icon up here. And think of this like the App Store for Command. All right, what we're going to do is search Dotloop here. You'll select the first one that pops up here. And because mine's already connected, it says Manage App, but if yours is not connected, you should have a button here that says Activate. You'll go through the steps of adding this to your Command dashboard. Then once you've added that, you'll go back to your Command, refresh the page, and then Dotloop should appear below DocuSign. You'll have a button here that says Reconnect Account. Click that button and it'll have you log into Dotloop. Once that's connected, we can go to Opportunities and begin creating your opportunity. So Opportunities is this little handshake icon over here on the left. If you don't like the way that the sales pipeline is laid out here, you can select all opportunities and it will show you them in a list view. You can sort them by type. You'll see all your listings at the top and then your buyers. You can sort by phase. You can search by address, by assignee if you're working with a team, see which agent is assigned to this opportunity, or you can search by contact name. So to create a new opportunity, we're going to go back to the sales pipeline view, select Create Opportunity. If you're on a team, make sure that you have the team selected and then your Rainmaker's name will appear here. You'll have another option down here to select who it's assigned to. So for this, I'm going to show you a listing opportunity. Select your client. They need to already be listed as a contact in your database. I'm going to use my husband as an example here. You can add a co-seller here. So if I wanted to add myself. Now, my name popped up here under co-seller because I've linked a husband and wife here under their contact information, but you could also link family members or a business partner, whoever you have linked as a relationship under their contact. You're going to name the opportunity whatever you would normally name your loop. So I'm going to say, let's see, 123 Main Street. And you should be creating an opportunity anytime you have just that, an opportunity to buy or sell a property with a potential client. So ideally, you'd like to create the opportunity before you ever go on a listing appointment or before you ever start showing your buyers properties. You want to do this before you have documents because you want to create the loop in your opportunity before you ever create a loop in Dotloop. If you make the loop in the opportunity, it'll be a lot easier for you down the road, and I'll show you that momentarily. So we don't have an estimated closing date yet because this is just a potential listing. Your commission rate is always going to be 3% unless you've negotiated lower as the listing agent. If you also represent the buyer, you'll create a new opportunity for that. So we can put in the estimated listing price since I know the property address and know about what it would go for. And then you select what phase and stage your opportunity's in. So cultivate would be if you have a lead that you need to watch, maybe you need to nurture this lead, or this is a hot lead that you need to follow up with right now. Or you can select appointment. And where are you at in the process with this? Are you scheduling it? Do you have a listing appointment scheduled, or have they kept the appointment? Now, I think these names are a little silly. If I had a listing appointment scheduled, I'd probably just keep it here, and then we would move on to active. You can rename stages, but you can't rename phases. So let's say, for this example, I have a listing appointment scheduled, and then I'm going to select Create. So this takes me into the opportunity. To get back here again, I can go back to Sales Pipeline, and I know that this is a listing opportunity, and I put him under appointment, so I'm going to select this. And I said that we had a listing appointment scheduled, so he's right here, Shane Bates, 123 Main Street, listed under scheduled appointment. So let's say this appointment goes well. I can select these 6 dots over here on the side, and I can drag and drop him into active. Well, if it lets me drag it. You have to wait until it turns blue so Command knows where you're dropping this person. But it's not really wanting to work with me right now, probably because my computer screen's a little small. There we go. Okay, so he's been moved to active now, and let's say that we are in the staging phase. We're getting ready for photos, we're decluttering the house. If you're ready and you're putting them on the market and you're going to start showing the property, you can drag and drop and put him into showing. And if I click into this opportunity, it'll take me back to where we were previously. So these are the opportunity details. Once you get the listing live on the MLS, you can edit that here. It'll pull directly from the MLS. You can also do that here, select from listings. I'm going to move on to documents here, and this is where Dotloop comes into play. So you'll see on the left-hand side here, we've got our listed folder, our under contract folder, and our closed folder. This is where you're going to upload your documents for review. So under listed, you can add a file here manually. So manually here, you can drag and drop this document from your desktop, from your downloads. But if I select start a transaction, it's going to create a loop for me in Dotloop. I'm going to select Dotloop here from the dropdown. And so now it's created that loop for me. So if I select go to transaction, this is going to take me to Dotloop. Okay, so now that we have the loop created, you'll see it's named it the same thing that I had my opportunity named in Command. I can add documents from my templates here. So I'm going to go to our listing forms and upload our exclusive right to sell. Okay, so I have one document in here now. Let's pretend that this is signed and good to go, ready for me to upload. Again, I'm back under my listed folder, exclusive right to sell. I'm going to add a file, and where previously we only had manual, now I can select Dotloop, and I can pull that file directly from the loop. I can assign that. And once you have all of your required forms in here, you can select Submit to MC, and that will submit it for review. So moving on to under contract, let's imagine that we have all of the documents that we needed signed, they've all been uploaded and submit for review. If we have an accepted offer, I can move on to offers here, and I'm going to add an offer. So you can name this whatever you'd like. You can name the buyer's name, the property address name, initial or backup offer. I'm going to say this is the Smith offer. Create. And all this information you're just pulling from the contract. So offer date, when did they put in the contract? When is our potential closing? Our projected closing date. Okay, so then we're going to move on to parties. So who's involved in this? You can see it's already pulled over my seller's information because they were already listed as a contact. Put in the buyer's name. You'll get this from the contract. You don't need to have their email and phone number. You likely won't if they're not a client of yours. You can select if they're pre-approved and pre-qualified. Hopefully they are if they're putting in an offer on a home. And then add the other agent's name. And then we're going to move on to the terms of the contract. So again, you're pulling this information from the contract. So say, how much cash are they putting down? How much are we financing? And then there's our total sales price. Put in how much money they've put down for escrow or their good faith deposit. The option fee and termination option are not applicable for our market center, so you don't need to worry about those. This first box here for seller costs, this is if the seller has agreed to pay for a home warranty. And this second box here, this is if the buyer has requested closing costs. So let's say they asked our seller for $5,000 in closing costs. And then there's the agent analysis. So if you're putting this in and you're representing the buyer, you don't need to put this. But if you have the seller and you're presenting multiple offers, this is a cool feature to help you differentiate between all of the offers to present to your seller. So pros, we could say they wrote a lovely letter to accompany their offer. Cons, they asked for your dog, which is a really weird ask. Summary, oops, it would help if I spelled things correctly. Summary, so we'll save that. So now we have one offer in here. I can accept it and then move on to commissions. If I have a multiple offer situation, I'm going to show you what that looks like. We'll simply add a new offer. And you'll notice you can't move on to commissions until you accept an offer. So once you've put one in here, you have to hit accept here. Now I can move on to commissions. If you accidentally accepted the wrong offer, you can select change response. You could also add a negotiation in here. You can edit the offer, you can update your analysis, or you can remove this offer. But for a multiple offer situation, let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna add a new offer. Let's say this is our backup offer. Contract date is today. Close date, sure, we're gonna close on the 12th. Let's say this is Barry buyer. We'll move on to the terms, and maybe Tyler's client has an all cash offer. They put down $10,000 in earnest cash and didn't ask for any closing. So my pros here would be, this is an all cash offer, take it. So now I have two offers here. I can click select all and then compare offers. And Command makes us a really cool little spreadsheet here of the offers side by side. You've got the buyer's names at the top, sales price, how much cash has come into the table. There's your summary here, your pros and cons. Are they pre-approved? Are they pre-qualified? And this is just a really cool way to present this to your clients if you've got a multiple offer situation. You can download this as a PDF, or you can email this to yourself or to your clients. We can go back to offers. Let's say we made a decision. We're going to go with Barry buyer because he has an all cash offer and he wants to close in 3 days. So we're going to accept this offer. And now we're able to click over to commissions. And this is what's taken the place of Greensheets. So we're going to edit our general information here. Commission rate, 3%. There's our total commission. Total units. Our contract date was today. Save changes. So if you're not splitting this with any other agent, you are selling this on your own, you don't need to update anything here, just make sure that it's correct. You can see how much you're paying into your royalty, how much you're paying into your company dollar. This cool little chart over here will show you how close you are to capping on each of those. And you'll see after I pay in my company dollar, this is what I'm walking away with. We've got our summary over here. Just check and make sure that that all looks correct. Then you hit submit, and this is what sends it to Kayla for review. Now, if you did need to split this with another agent, you would simply go to add another agent, select 0.5. If we're splitting it 50-50, make sure you add the other agent's name. So add, maybe Tyler and I are splitting this. We'll have to recalculate the commission. We'll save changes here, and then you'll want to update yours as well because you're still listed here as 1 unit. Make sure you recalculate that commission, save changes, and now you'll be able to see how much is going to Tyler and myself, how much is being paid into the royalty and the commission. Now, again, if you need to add a referral fee, you could go in and edit your agent payment at the bottom here. You can add an item, a bonus, concession, deduction, inside or outside referral. You also have the option here to donate to KW Cares or Bold Scholarship, or you could do Lex Cares here if you wanted to add an item at the bottom. But if everything looks good here, you can hit submit, And again, it's telling me I have a missing information, my listing. So you could do that from selecting from listings here, and it'll pull directly from the MLS. So since I'm not an agent, if it's only pulling from my listings, I don't have anything available. You could also search all listings, and sure, let's say this property. That'll pull directly from the MLS, and I can submit for review here to Kayla. Now, once you've got your commission in, you've got all of your documents for under contract, you can go back to documents, and this is where you will upload your closed documents as well. Once you upload these things and submit for review, you should be good to go, and you'll receive your commission check. All right, that's it, friends. I hope that makes sense. Have a great day.